Hello, everyone. We are now live and we are talking about true love on Valentine's Day. We're talking about love, and I believe in love, and I believe that love can conquer everything. And part of what I love about my work is I love connecting people together. I love connecting people together. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's to help people like you who are trying to be with your loved ones. It could be a romantic partner, it could be your fiance, it could be your wife, your husband, your spouse, it could be your children or your parents. Whoever it is, I want you to be together with your loved ones. And what better time to discuss this than Valentine's Day? Hearts, roses, chocolate, all those good things come into play. Um, but what happens when the person that you fall in love with is not in the United States, or you're outside the US and you fall in love with someone who's inside the US? How do you manage this process? That's what I want to talk about today. I want to give you some insights into what it really takes to connect and be with your partner when there are obstacles and stand in your way and border obstacles. And I'm going to be taking questions and trying to answer everyone's question today. So stay tuned for that. And so if you don't know me, you might think, well, why should I pay attention to this guy? He's on the internet. What does he know? Well, that's a good question. I'm Josh Goldstein. I'm an immigration lawyer. I've been practicing immigration law for more than 20 years. I've helped thousands upon thousands of people through the immigration process, whether it's getting a fiance visa or a green card through marriage or anything else. And I'm very confident that I can help you or try to answer any questions that you have. I've seen it all. I've done it all. So let me know what questions are on your mind, and I'll do my best to try to answer them. And in the meantime, um, I'm live. So where am I live right now? I'm live on TikTok, Instagram. I'm live on YouTube, Facebook. We have a Facebook group with over 16,000 members in it that deals just with visa delay issues. It's a very active group. It's something important in my heart. And you can join that group for free, and you can get access to a lot of content that I don't share anywhere else. So that's great. I've made a ton of videos lately answering all sorts of questions, and I'm wondering what questions are in your mind, because now would be a great time to answer them. Welcome, a Cyber Shield. She says, a perfect time. Glad I caught you live, Joshua. Glad to see you as well. And I want to thank everyone here for spending time with me and with my content. I really appreciate it. Before I get started, let me take a few questions here from people. Let's see what's going on. We're going to go to Instagram today. What is your Facebook group's name? Yeah, where can we find the Facebook group? If you email me at joshua@jgoldlaw.com, I can send you a link where you can join. Joshua@jgoldlaw.com. That's where you can get in touch with me. You can also find it if you search for a Visa Delay Administrative Processing 221G Solutions group on Facebook. That might be a good place to look. Adil is here. Welcome. Hana is here. Here's a good question. She says, I got refused 3 times for a tourist visa. My question is, does it impact my K-1 visa? The consular officer will review my old DS-160 during my K-1 interview. And the answer is yes and no. Just because you were denied 3 times for a visitor visa does not mean that you'll be denied for a K-1 visa. And that's because the visas have different purposes. Let me explain. And if you have questions, Hannah, pop them in for me. So the tourist visa, in order to get a tourist visa, you have to prove that you have absolutely no intention whatsoever of staying in the United States, that you're going to go back to your home country. Okay. Now, when you go for a K-1 visa, you have to prove that you're going to immigrate to the US. So the fact that you were denied because they didn't think that you were going to return to your home country should not be held against you when it comes to the K-1 visa, because it's sort of the opposite. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, people. And I always ask this for people, and I'll ask you as well. Why don't you put down where you're joining from in the comments? I'd love to see that. I'm in Los Angeles right now. We also have an office in Boston. Sometimes people say, "Where are you located?" Um, we are located everywhere. We have clients all over the country and around the world. We help people regardless of their location, and we can help you as well, or we can try to help you. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know what I can do to help. Here's a question. We have someone from Fresno on Instagram. Thank you. We have a lot of clients in Fresno area. That's great. Houston at work. Love it. Texas is in the house. I just got a bat. Someone gave me a badge on TikTok. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Metal Stinger. Ooh, I like that name on YouTube. Here's what she says, he or she. She says, my wife went for a visa interview in November 2023. Was given DS 5535 to fill and submit. It's been 3 months. Can you file mandamus now or wait another month or two? Before I answer this question, let me just give you a little background. You go to your visa interview. You expect to get approved at the interview, but instead of getting approved, what happens? Well, they don't approve you. They don't deny you. What they do is they put you on hold and they make you wait and wait and wait. And they request DS 5535 and they put you in what's called 221G or administrative processing. And you're made to wait for a very long time. How long do you wait? I have no idea. You just keep waiting and waiting, waiting. And eventually you get so fed up with all the waiting that you contact us and you like, look, I'm done with this. I want to file a lawsuit called a mandamus lawsuit. And that's how it works. But what happens, a lot of people contact us right after they get put in administrative processing. And doesn't work that way. I think, to answer your question, Metal Stinger, if your case was in November and it's been 3 months, I'd like to see you get approved immediately. But before filing a lawsuit, I'd like to see you wait for probably 4 months, because if you do it any faster than that, then they're going to say that the delay is not reasonable. Does that make sense? Let me know if you have questions about this. And I want to tell you how incredibly grateful I am that everybody out there took the time to engage with me and to spend time with my content. I'm going to answer any questions you have and try to be as useful as I can for everyone. Let's see here. Sonia, after applying for my I-601A and my husband goes to India and I stay here in the US, can he come back? Well, Sonia, that's a damn good question. I'm proud to say that in my career, I've never sent someone or recommended someone go to their consular interview, travel outside the US. I've never had someone get stuck and not be able to come back. Okay. I've never had that happen. And hopefully I never will. So yes, Sonia, you probably can come back, but you need to have that reviewed carefully by a lawyer. Here we have Taya S., former UCLA, living in Palm Springs now. I'm waiting 36 months on VAWA and I-45 decision. I was never out of status or any hour. Would it be too early to file mandamus? Taya S., I would say do it. Let's do it now. I love Palm Springs. I lived there during the pandemic. I'd love to help you with that. 36 months is way too long. That's 3 years just to get a decision on your case. I think we should go for it. Rahel, good thing I have an appointment tomorrow with your team. I'm so glad you do. And I want you to come back and tell me how it was. Let me know how things are. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. Um, Total cost of mandamus lawsuit, and also do you take payment plans? All right, let me talk about cost. First of all, I hope that you get approved and you don't need my help, so that I can just congratulate you, because nobody should have to file a mandamus lawsuit. You should just get approved because you applied, right? You deserve it. But if you do need our help, we do offer payment plans, and the cost that we charge varies from case to case. So that's why we offer free strategy sessions with our team. You can meet with us and we can help you out. But as I said before, I think it's premature. I don't want to file any case unless I'm confident it's going to be successful. So I would say keep waiting. Unfortunately, hopefully you get it approved quickly. Here's a question from how long does the I-601A take? It's going to take years, Sonia. I hate to tell you that. It's going to take years. A Cyber Shield. What happens if your asylum application is denied? I have an upcoming court hearing for asylum case, and it's the first one. My parents already have their green card. What's the best advice? Cyber Shield, where are you located? Let me know. My first piece of advice to you is to lawyer up. This is not something you want to go to immigration court and not have no lawyer or have a bad lawyer. Okay, so you got to lawyer up. I am telling you this, and it's not self-serving. It's not like I'm saying, "Oh, you should lawyer up," because of course he's going to say that because he's a lawyer. We don't do deportation defense. So this is not a case that I could help you with directly. But if you tell me where you're located, I could try to refer you to, you're in Los Angeles. Okay. So the lawyer that I recommend for removal defense cases in Los Angeles is the Valdez Law Firm in Inglewood. So if you're listening to this, contact, if you're in Orange County and you need a lawyer for deportation defense for immigration court, contract Patrick Law Valdez in Inglewood, California. Tell him Josh sent you. He's a good friend of mine, but I'm not recommending him because he's a friend of mine. I'm recommending him because he's a damn good lawyer. And if my mother were in deportation proceedings, that's the lawyer who I would hire. He's awesome. Go get him. And if you need help with anything else, I'm going to put my email in here, joshua@jgoldlaw.com. Email me, let me know what's going on, let me know how I can help. Here's a question from Instagram. It's about Cameron. I like that. ESTA was canceled at port of entry due to immigrant intent. Visited once 2 years ago, no bar. I'm thinking of filing F2A. Will it impact on because of that? Okay, so just because you have the ability to visit the U.S. as a visitor under ESTA or something like that does not mean that you're going to be let in to the United States. It doesn't. You have to convince the person at the airport that the purpose of your trip is merely to visit the U.S. and that you're not going to stay in the U.S. If they think that you're going to stay, they're not going to let you in, which is what happened to It's About Cameron, our friend. So he's asking if that incident where he was turned away at the airport would mess up a immigrant visa. And the answer, thankfully, is no. It's a different issue. There was a question earlier, and it was similar to this. So let me know. Here's a question from Rahel. She said, my husband, he went to the interview last year in March 2023 for a marriage-based green card, and they refused administrative processing 11 months. She's 33 weeks pregnant. Do you think it's helped me delay and refuse visa? So, Rahel, I know you have an appointment with our team tomorrow. If you've been waiting for 11, going on 12 months in administrative processing, we definitely want to, we're going to recommend that you file a mandamus lawsuit. You have a baby on the way, which is an amazing thing, a source of tremendous joy, and something that I congratulate you about. But it's time to make sure that you're focused on your family and your child and your experience of childbirth and not worried about immigration. Let us take care of that. And I've helped a lot of people in this situation where there's a baby coming, and you don't want to be a single mom with your father and husband away. That's horrible. It breaks my heart. As a father and as a human being, that breaks my heart. So I really hope that you allow us to help you, because I would love that. Um, what else can I do for you? Let me know. Um, let's see here. Here's somebody on Instagram, BHAU. And like I said, I sent my medical RFE for my I-45. The last date of submission is February 20th. I sent it on December 21st. Haven't gotten any response yet. What should I do? I think that you should wait, and you should expect that your case will get approved. And hopefully that will come sooner rather than later. But you know, you can call, and you can call USCIS 800 number, 1-800 useless. And uh, that might help you. But if it gets stuck and it's dragging on forever and ever, like let's say you don't have any response by September, then I think you should consider hiring us. Um, Somebody says that they booked a call today and nobody called them from our firm. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. Um, you can email me at joshua@jgoldlaw.com, and I can try to figure out what's going on and follow up with you. Here we have somebody who said, my wife got an interview letter today. That's awesome. Congratulations. You have no idea how hard it is to get an interview for a visa or an immigration case. So if you got an interview, wow, that's great news. It's a great Valentine's Day gift. And I'm wearing my pink shirt today on Valentine's Day. So you know that I am in the Valentine spirit, which is nice. Let me know what other questions you have here. Um, let's see here. What are the success ratios for a visitor visa nowadays from the UAE? I don't know what the statistics are, but I can talk to you about how to get a visitor visa. So if somebody contacts us and says, hey, I want your help getting a visitor visa, it's not a service that we provide. We don't assist with visitor visas, but I can give you this information. Most people have it all wrong when it comes to visitor visas. Most people think that to get a visitor visa, you have to think of a great reason why you need to visit the US. That's not the case. What you really need to do is you need to focus on all the reasons that you're going to return to your home country. You own real estate, you have a car, you have family in your home country, you have a job, you're going to school, all the things that tie you to your home country. If you can do that, you're going to be successful. It also helps if you come from a country with a high economic status, right? If you're from UAE, that's a relatively wealthy country. I think you're going to have more success than someone who comes from a place that doesn't have a lot of economic status. And I'm not judging countries based on their economy. I I love helping people from all over the world and so on. But I'm just pointing out that if you're from a poor country, you're less likely to return to that country than if you're from a wealthy country. That's the thinking of immigration, and that's the thinking that I have as well. It's getting some great questions here. Yes, we have someone who says, I could not believe I booked a call with your firm and the next day my wife interview. You were lucky for us. You see how good we are as lawyers? Just booking a call with our team is enough to get your interview delivered. Isn't that amazing? That's how good we are. That's crazy. It's crazy because they could see, somehow they knew that you booked the call and therefore they set up the interview. That's amazing. Here's a question from Smile Ratna. How long does the mandamus lawsuit take after getting a motion to dismiss from the defendants? So sometimes when we file lawsuits for mandamus to help people with delayed immigration cases, the the Republicans, the defendants will file a motion to dismiss in response. And when that happens, we have to fight back, and there's some back and forth. And it's kind of unpredictable what's going to happen next. Sometimes the visa gets issued, sometimes things drag on. Hopefully, you'll get approved sooner rather than later. Um, Hopefully, you will. We have quite a few people putting questions all over the place, so I love this. Um, all right. Let me know what's on your mind, people. What can I do to help reunite you with your loved one on this Valentine's Day? What pieces of information can I provide you that's going to give you some peace of mind or help you figure out what's going on? He says, my brother applied for I-130. It's been 2 years. How long does it take to get called for the interview? Well, I guess it would depend on the I-130 is a visa petition. So your brother filed an I-130 visa petition. Who did he file the I-130 for? Was it his wife, his spouse, his parents, his children, his brother or sister? Who did he file for? I guess that's the question, because sibling petition, if you're say, look, I want to file for my brother or sister, that's going to take a long time. We have someone said, can you talk about fiance visa? Awesome. I'd love to. So you have to be a US citizen to file a fiance visa, and you have to have met your significant other within 2 years of filing the fiance visa. You have to submit proof that the two of you plan to be together and that you plan to get married. And it's an alternative to getting married outside the US, the fiance visa. I like that visa. And one reason I like it is that you eliminate all of the steps associated with the National Visa Center. It goes straight to the consulate. So it's faster than getting married. And once you get the visa, your partner is allowed to come into the US for the purposes of getting married and filing for the green card. And you can get a work permit and a travel document and all that good stuff. So let me know if you have questions about the fiance visa. I love filing them. Our office takes these. We did it. We do them all the time. Here's a question. How long does it take to do an appeal? It depends on what kind of appeal, what you're appealing. Here we have someone, Brian. I am from Somalia. My sponsorship was rejected in 2014. How can I get my FOIA? I wonder what you're talking about in terms of your sponsorship. I'd love to hear more. We have so many Somalian clients. I love this community. I love helping them. But you can file a FOIA, a request under the Freedom of Information Act. And that's something we can help you do. You can do it online. But often the FOIA will be disappointing because you get some information, but it's not all that helpful. They redact heavily. So that's tough. Let's see here. Here's a good question from TikTok. How are you doing, sir? I sent an RFE response for N400 expungement. Okay. Do not expunge or seal a criminal case for immigration purposes, because if you do it, you still have to tell immigration about the case. You still have to provide the documents, and it will prevent you from being able to do it. So please don't do that. Okay. Don't do it. Don't expunge or seal your criminal case. If you do it, you should at least know that it may not be in your, it may not be something you're good that you want to do. You know, whenever people contact me, if I can't help them, which is often, I can't help with every type of case. What I try to do is I try to refer them to the best person I know. So even if I'm saying sorry, I can't help you, I try to make it to a situation where someone's going to get the help that they need. Someone on Instagram, Nicola, says she got her K1 visa approved in 9 months. That is awesome. That's great. That's really, really impressive. And I'm happy for you. I think it's wonderful. What other questions do you have? Um, yeah, message me. It says here, my husband has a deportation order. Can he still get a travel document? I would say probably not. That does not sound like a good case to travel. I mean, if you travel on a travel document, you might not be let back in. Um, Messages are pouring in. Brian Buffett, our Somalian brother, says, I want to file for my mom. I-130. How long does it take arrival? Could you give me an estimate? So, Brian, if you're a U.S. citizen and you file an I-130 for your mother, I think it's probably going to take about 18 months to get that approved. Abu Salman says, please talk about the Welcome Core program. Welcome Core program. Welcome. I am unfamiliar with the Welcome Core program. I'm just Googling it now, and it looks like a place to connect refugees with employment, which I love. I think that's awesome. But it's not a service that I have helped people with. So have to admit I'm ignorant about this. So I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a couple of things. Here is Estelle D, friend on YouTube. I married a U.S. citizen in 2016 and we divorced in 2022. I'm up for citizenship this year. Can I file for my boyfriend who's on an H-2B when we get married this year? Well, I guess some of the questions that I would ask if I had a meeting with you, I'd want to know more about your boyfriend's immigration status, how he entered the US, what his immigration status is. Sometimes people who are on H-2B visas fall out of status. I'm not suggesting that your boyfriend did, but I'm just wondering if that's the case. But it sounds like there could possibly do that. On your citizenship, just on your application for naturalization, you just want to list out your marital history. Good luck with that. Here's a mouthful of a question. JC Martel, I am in Montreal, Canada. Je me souviens. I got my K1 visa denied. And that's not good because the business who's mandated to take your fingerprints and send them to the RCMP police again asked the wrong type of criminal record. I told them it was a criminal record for a K1 visa. I told them about 4 or 5 times to make sure. I go to my interview with the entire holdings that they had, the picture for consul, one of them. Second reason, I don't see the question. I'm sorry. Yeah. Here is somebody who says, Sri Lankan. I've had some amazing Sri Lankan clients over the years, such cool people, smart people. Migrated to the U.S. in 2020 with a dad and visa. Green card holders, unfortunately, due to delayed medical, report my mom didn't get the visa to come with us to be together. She lives in Sri Lanka. What my dad and I did was we filed an I-130 to get my mom to the US. It's processing. Um, I'm not sure what the question is. Here's a question. How long does it take for a 212D3 waiver? That's a non-immigrant visa waiver. I think those are taking a very long time. I couldn't predict that, but a very long. The expedite requests are very, I think you want to be careful with that. It may not work. Do we file group 5? No, we don't. That's another question about the refugee status. Let me know what questions you have. I'm here for you. We have somebody who says, my mom applied for my sister. The case was approved in 2001. No action. How long does it take NVC to start? This is from Layla. Sister lives in Afghanistan. I think you should contact us. We may be able to help you out. Okay. Yeah. What possibilities to get your mom to the US? I guess the questions that I would have are, when did you file the case? You filed it in March of 2022. Is the case, uh, where is your case at? That would be the question. Folks, I want to welcome everyone again. I'm Josh Goldstein. I'm wearing a pink shirt. It's Valentine's Day, and I'm here to help. How can I help you reunite with your loved ones? Can a green card holder apply son with asylum status already? I'm not sure what your question is. I'm not sure what your question is. Please let me know. Let me know how I can help. Let me know what your questions are. I am here for you. Let's see. Please let me know. I am here to answer your questions. We have a friend from Virginia. We have Tahir saying, hey, hey. We have people in Sri Lankan people. How long is the processing of a K1 visa? We had someone who joined us earlier who said they got their K1 visa approved in 9 months. I thought that was pretty good. 9 months is pretty good, right? What plans do you have for Valentine's Day? I have to admit, I don't have any exciting plans myself. Just the daily grind of work and kids and stuff. I haven't taken time to do anything exciting for my wife. I should probably figure that out this afternoon, though. Teresa Whitehead, we filed an appeal to get my husband's I-130 unrevoked so he could get his visa to come here. I think that's great. Good luck with that. Let me know.